न अस्ति, आगच्छति इति अहं मन्ये। 3 निमिषानि अस्ति खलु?
मञ्जरी भगिनी अस्ति वा? लता भगिनी कुत्र? लता भगिनी अस्ति। लता भगिनी
अस्मि
कृपया मञ्जरी भगिन्याः कृते
आह्वयामि।
अटेण्डेन्स् स्वीकरोतु।
तदेव कुर्वन्ती अस्मि। राधिका तक्कर् भगिनी न आगच्छति, राधिका विश्वनाथन् भगिनी अपि न आगच्छति।
सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः। हरि ओम् भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
नमस्ते दिनेश महोदय।
नमस्ते सूर्यनारायण। नमस्ते जी। नमस्कार।
नमस्कारः महोदय।
नमस्ते सर्वेभ्यः।
हरि ओम्।
हरि ओम्।
नमस्ते।
नमस्ते सर्वेभ्यः। अहं नागेन्द्र शर्मणः।
50 एव आसीत् खलु? सर्वे कक्षा अत्र एव खलु? एकत्र एव खलु?
सर्वे शुभमध्याह्नः।
शुभमध्याह्न।
धन्योऽस्मि अध्यापिके सम्पत्। प्राञ्जलिना नमामि।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
नमस्ते सर्वेभ्यः। स्वागतं सुस्वागतं।
मञ्जरी भगिनी अस्ति वा?
आं भगिनि। रेखा भगिनी अपि आगतवती एकनिमिषम् एव।
प्रतिभा भगिनी?
प्रतिभा भगिनी अधुना न भगिनि।
अस्मि।
ओके। नमस्ते
उमा भगिनी इदानीम् आगतवती न? उमा भगिनी, राजलक्ष्मी भगिनी।
उमा भगिनी अस्मि।
उमा भगिनी अस्ति।
I am the second one to join, I think.
Good evening, madam.
Very good evening. शुभ सायंकालः।
शुभ
सायंकालः। स्वागतं।
Thank you.
शुभ सायंकालः महोदये।
शुभ सायंकालः।
शुभ सायंकालः सर्वेभ्यः।
एका पर्व इति दृश्यते अत्र।
सत्यम्।
सत्यं।
कृपया आरम्भं
कुर्मः।
आं सत्यं।
अस्तु भगिनि।
दीपा भगिनी अस्ति वा? दीपा
मम नाम अपि दीपा।
न दीपा गोपाल।
अस्मि अस्मि अस्मि।
हा
राजलक्ष्मी भगिनी, मञ्जुला भगिनी आरम्भं करोति किल?
आम् आम् आम्।
अस्तु भगिनि। नमः सर्वेभ्यः। शुभः आदित्यवासरः सर्वेभ्यः। श्री साई संस्कृत पाठशालातः सर्वेभ्यः स्वागतं सुस्वागतम्। And how can we start any function without praying to Lord Ganesha? So we are requesting our beloved Guru Manjari Bhagini to do Ganesha Prarthana. Manjari Bhagini, कृपया गणेश वंदनम करोतु इति प्रार्थना।
धन्यवाद मंजुला भगिनी। नमः सर्वेभ्यः, शुभ सायंकालः। वयं सर्वे जानीमः यत् कार्यक्रमः कुत्रापि भवेत् वा कोऽपि भवेत् तस्य आरम्भः गणेश प्रार्थनया एव भवति इति। गणेशः विघ्ननिवारकः मङ्गलकारकः इति कारणात् प्रथमं तस्य प्रार्थनां करिष्यामः। तदनन्तरं एकश्लोकं सरस्वती मातुः अपि भवति। नन्तरं गुरुवन्दना अन्य भगिनी द्वारा भविष्यति। अस्तु। ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव
सर्वे गुरुभ्यो नमः।
कार्येषु सर्वदा। ओम सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। धन्यवाद मंजुला।
धन्यवाद मंजरी भगिनी। अधुना गुरुवंदना। ज्योति भगिनी दीपं ज्वालयति and सुकन्या भगिनी गुरुस्थितिं गायति। ज्योति भगिनी तथा सुकन्या भगिनी।
Excuse me, Manjula Bhagini, please ask others to mute their video except that.
Okay, Bhagini. Shamyatam, all of you please turn off the video just for the benefit of the, there's a connection. And those who are doing the lighting the lamp and saying it, they can keep the video on. Shamyatam. कृपया सुकन्या भगिनी गुरुवंदनां करोति इति प्रार्थना। ज्योति भगिनी दीपदर्शनं करोति। धन्यवादः। सुकन्या भगिनी
भगिनी अनम्यूट करोतु। सुकन्या भगिनी म्यूट अस्ति।
साक्षात्कार ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। किं ज्योतिस्तव भानुमान हनुमे।
शारदा भगिनी प्लीज म्यूट करोतु। न शृणोति भगिनी।
सुकन्या भगिनी न श्रूयते।
श्रूयते वा?
अधुना श्रूयते।
इदानीं श्रूयते।
क्षम्यताम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे। न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरो मम पाहि गुरो। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सद्गुरुनाथाय विद्महे सच्चिदानन्दाय धीमहि
तन्नः सायि प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सद्गुरुवे नमः। हरिः ॐ। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। नमः सर्वेभ्यः।
उत्तमं भगिनी, धन्यवादाः ज्योति भगिनी, धन्यवादाः सुकन्या भगिनी।
धन्यवादाः।
इदानीम् अवर् चीफ् गेस्ट् प्रतिभा भगिनी दीपम् उद्घाटयति। गायत्री भगिनी संस्कृतमाता प्रार्थनां कृत्वा ध्येयमन्त्रं तु अपि वदति। तथैव कार्यक्रमस्य चालनं भवति। We request our respected guest Pratibha Bhagini to light the lamp. Rajalakshmi Bhagini, Pratibha Bhagini अस्ति।
नागेन्द्र एकं निमिषम्।
अस्तु भगिनि।
हरि ओम भगिनी।
Our chief guest Pratibha Bhagini, actually she is a learned scholar. She is a doctorate in Samskrita, and also she is an active member of Samskrita Bharati as well. And it is a privilege to have her with us, and she will be addressing us about the importance of Sanskritam and how we can study Sanskritam further. So it is indeed a privilege to have her with us. Dhanyavadaha Pratibha Bhagini. कृपया।
नमस्ते। मनसा सततं स्मरणीयं वचसा सततं वदनीयं। मनसा सततं स्मरणीयं वचसा सततं वदनीयं। लोकहितं मम करणीयं। लोकहितं मम करणीयं। न भोगभवने रमणीयं। न भोगभवने रमणीयं। न च सुखशयने शयनीयं। न च सुखशयने शयनीयं। अहर्निशं जागरणीयं। अहर्निशं जागरणीयं। लोकहितं मम करणीयं। लोकहितं मम करणीयं। न जातु दुःखं गणनीयं। न जातु दुःखं गणनीयं। न च निजसौख्यं मननीयं। न च निजसौख्यं मननीयं। कार्यक्षेत्रे त्वरणीयं। कार्यक्षेत्रे त्वरणीयं। लोकहितं मम करणीयं। लोकहितं मम करणीयं। दुःखसागरे तरणीयं। दुःखसागरे तरणीयं। कष्टपर्वते चरणीयं। कष्टपर्वते चरणीयं। विपत्तिविपिने भ्रमणीयं। विपत्तिविपिने भ्रमणीयं। लोकहितं मम करणीयं। लोकहितं मम करणीयं। गहनारण्ये घनान्धकारे। गहनारण्ये घनान्धकारे। बन्धुजनाये स्थिता गह्वरे। बन्धुजनाये स्थिता गह्वरे। तत्र मया सञ्चरणीयं। तत्र मया सञ्चरणीयं। लोकहितं मम करणीयं लोकहितं मम करणीयं मनसा सततं स्मरणीयं वचसा सततं वदनीयं लोकहितं मम करणीयं लोकहितं मम करणीयम् धन्यवादः
अत्युत्तमम् धन्यवादाः प्रतिभा भगिनी धन्यवादाः गायत्री भगिनी now it is time to formally invite everyone and I request our guru Mala Bhagini to actually invite our chief guests and everyone, all the Samskrita learners to our function. Mala Bhagini, over to you.
Swagatam sarvebhyah, shubha madhyanah. Good afternoon to all. We welcome you all to Sai Samskrita Pathashala Vidyaranyapura. We are delighted to welcome the latest batch of Sanskritam enthusiasts who will be or have already enrolled for Samskrita Bharatiyaha Patrachara Dwara Sanskritam Patyakramaha, the 4-level Sanskritam correspondence course conducted by Samskrita Bharati. On behalf of the Samskrita Sevakas of Sai Samskrita Pathashala Vidyaranyapura, we would like to extend a warm welcome to all our new and existing Samskrita enthusiasts. We are keen to ensure that you have a sound and enjoyable learning of our ancient language as per the prescribed course of Samskrita Bharati. We would like to welcome our chief guest for this afternoon inaugural function, Srimati Pratibha Bhagini, who is the Dakshina Karnataka Pranta Gana Sadasya of Samskrita Bharati, and Srimati Rekha Desai Bhagini, who is the Yelahanka and Hebbal Bhagyasya Sadasya. Srimati Rekha Bhagini has been associated with the Samskrita Bharati for over 13 years, and her family is dedicated to promoting and nurturing Samskrita. I will now hand over back to our Manjula Bhagini.
Dhanyawadaha Mala Bhagini. Now, many of you have this question, Kimartham Samskritam Pathaniyam? What are the uses, what do I get out of it? So for all that, those questions, Uma Bhagini, our beloved teacher, Uma Bhagini, is going to be talking about Kimartham Samskritam, the significance of Samskrita language. Uma Bhagini, we request you to enlighten us with your words. Dhanyawadaha.
Namassarvebhyah. Shruyate va bhagini?
Shruyate bhagini.
Astu. Shubhasayam. Gurubhyo namaha. Today is a good day because all of us are making a sankalpa to learn and spread the language. Now we will invest some time to know the importance of the Sanskrit in this modern world. What do we get by learning this language, and who is the eligible student of this language, if that is the question? And also, before going to that, Sanskrit is a beautiful language because it is a musical, rhythmic, and divine language. Learning this language, one will get to know about our Indian Samskruti and Samskara for living. The definition is Samyak Krutam Samskritam, which means a language is done precisely so that it is perfect scientific language. Also, it gives philosophical knowledge. By reading Veda mantras and shlokas, we find some relief and satisfaction. It is a kind of meditation or mental exercise, we can say. And when we put a question to the people by saying, is Sanskrit knowledge is necessary in this modern world? That can be a question for them or sometimes exclamation for them. And sometimes answers may be it is not at all required also. Some people may say, because they think that this is the language of God. And secondly, it's a difficult language. And also thirdly, this is, in this language, we can see only mythological stories. But that is not true. Because our 10th standard students like this language. The reason is, it is a scoring subject. But we can expect other tremendous benefits from this language. Learning this language develops the power of reasoning. It shapes the human brain, especially in developing stage. At this stage, if they learn Sanskrit, it will increase the willpower, it will increase the concentration, reasoning ability, and memory power, and also oratory skills. So this is the mother of all languages. If you see any language in the world, you can see the Sanskrit words in that. The Mula will be Sanskrit word. The importance of the language is accepted by ancient Maharshis to modern scientists. We all know that our Dharma Granthas, such as Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavata, and Bhagavad Gita, which are in Sanskrit language, by learning about this in younger ages, will enlighten the budding mind, and the ethics for life will reside within them, also guide them for the lifetime. At the same time, it will teach them to face the problems of life in calm and composed manner. But some people label it as a spiritual language. Sanskrit is a spiritual language and it is restricted to some particular community. But it is not so, because treasure of Sanskrit books also gives the knowledge of the mathematics, science and technology, and other life skills like Yoga Shastra, Nyaya Shastra, Tarka Shastra, Sangeeta Shastra, Natya Shastra, starting from astrology to astronomy, we can say, many more it is. Everywhere in this modern world, we can see this language. And present situation reveals that the well-known universities in UK, Russia, America, and Germany teach Sanskrit as their core subject. Also, they do experiments on this subject. But still, many Vedic sutras are not yet decoded. It is not that easy. They need some more knowledge of the subject, that is the language. So this is the time, this is the high time, we can say. This is the time we have to dive into the ocean of Sanskrit language and bring back those hidden pearls of knowledge to the surface. Now the question is, who will do this? Also, there is a constraint that the person who is proficient in Sanskrit has a very limited knowledge of the modern science. And one who is expert in modern science doesn't know the language at all, Sanskrit subject at all. So we need to bridge this gap by inculcating this knowledge in younger minds. They will be the grown up to become brightest brain in the future. So by doing this, we can link our Sanskrit language, our knowledge, and modern science. So it is our responsibility to teach Sanskrit to our younger generation. Also, as Indians, it is our responsibility to ensure that this language will not lose relevance in modern society. So let us learn Sanskrit and teach it to more and more people so that it is carried to the next generation. So our sincere request is to learn this language and spread this divine language. Jayatu Sanskritam, Jayatu Bharatam.
Dhanyawadaः Uma Bhagini. Atyuttam. Actually, you highlighted many points, how it is not just a scriptural language, and it has its reach in so many, all pretty much everywhere we can see it, provided we have the eyes to see it.
Exactly.
So,
Much more examples can be given due to time constraint, as I have not taken many of the examples.
Yes, Bhagini. Totally understand. Dhanyawadaः. And hopefully, we will take your message to our heart, and we do our part in spreading this beautiful language of Samskrita. And now it is time to request our beloved Bhagini, my guru as well, Deepa Bhagini, to sing a Samskrita Geetam. Deepa Bhagini, we request you to do the honors.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Bhagini.
Shubha Saikalah. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruyate khalo?
Am Bhagini, Shruyate.
श्रूयते भगिनी वीडियो ऑन करोतु भगिनी वीडियो अपि कृपया उद्घाटयतु भगिनी
हा लास्ट कर्तुं शक्यते वा किमर्थम् इति इदानीं नेट् स्लो अस्ति तदर्थं
चिन्ता
अस्तु भगिनी चिन्ता नास्ति हा अस्तु भगिनी हा धन्यवादाः
सरलभाषा संस्कृतं सरसभाषा संस्कृतं सरस सरलमनोज्ञमङ्गल देवभाषा संस्कृतम् मधुरभाषा संस्कृतं मृदुलभाषा संस्कृतं मृदुल मधुर मनोहरामृत तुल्यभाषा संस्कृतं देवभाषा संस्कृतं वेद भाषा संस्कृतं भेदभावविनाशनं खलु दिव्यभाषा संस्कृतम् अमृतभाषा संस्कृतम् अतुलभाषा संस्कृतम् सुकृति जनरति परिलसित शुभवरद भाषा संस्कृतम् भुवन भाषा संस्कृतं भवन भाषा संस्कृतं भरत भूमि परिलसित काव्य मनोज्ञ भाषा संस्कृतं शास्त्र भाषा संस्कृतं शास्त्र भाषा संस्कृतं शस्त्रशास्त्र प्रदार्श भारत राष्ट्र भाषा संस्कृतम् धर्म भाषा संस्कृतं कर्म भाषा संस्कृतं धर्म कर्म प्रचोदकं खलु विश्व भाषा संस्कृतम् धन्यवादः
धन्यवादाः भगिनी अत्युत्तमं मनोज्ञभाषा धर्मकर्मभाषा अत्युत्तमं भगिनी समीचीनम् अस्ति धन्यवादः अधुना it's time to invite our chief guest Pratibha Bhagini, who is a Samskrita scholar, a doctorate from Tirupati University, and also she is a member of Dakshina Karnataka Prantha Gana Sadasya of Samskrita Bharati. She's the leader is one who leads by example. That is exactly what our honorable chief guest Pratibha Bhagini is doing. So we request Pratibha Bhagini to enlighten us by speaking to us about the importance of Sanskritam. Pratibha Bhagini, कृपया आह्वानं स्वीकरोतु.
धन्यवादाः सर्वेभ्यः नमस्काराः. So I am very thankful for you for inviting me again. Last time I had come to Sai Samskrita Pathashala and then I knew what Sai Samskrita Pathashala was doing from quite a long time. So it is indeed a pleasure to come here again and see that the classes are going on well and it is getting better every day. Punaha dhanyavadan samarpayami. Sarve jananti, I would like, naturally sometimes this happens. I will also add some Samskrita lines in between. Okay. Bhashasu mukhya madhura divya girvana bharati is a line which tells about the importance of Samskrita. What does it mean? Bhashasu, among all the languages, mukhya madhura divya. This is mukhya, this is very important. Madhura, very melodious, and divya, it's a divine language. So we have all set to learn this language and we have all come ready to learn this language. Then there is another line telling the importance of Samskrita. And what is that? Bharatasya pratishthe dve Samskritam Samskritistatha. What are the two very important things about Samskrita or India? What are the two important things about India, about which India is proud of? One is Samskrita, another one is Samskriti. The language and the culture of India are two things which are very important for this land, okay? Which are in fact the main characteristics of this land. So these two lines themselves tell about the importance of Samskrita. Why have we all come here to learn Samskrita? Like many of you here, I also started as a very small student of Samskrita. As a beginner of Samskrita, I did not know anything. As many of you study Samskrita in schools, so also I took it up as a language. I think many of you also would have learnt it as a language in school, or somehow this Samskrita works like magic in Indians and also generally in everyone at large. We think that there is some aura, something which is very surprising and divine about this language. That is why, though we don't know much about it, we all want to learn this. We all want to do something about it. We want to listen to this. All these mantras which we listen to every day, we don't know the meaning of those mantras. Still, we feel that we are connected to that. There is something sublime about it, and it gives us a lot of joy. So, this is the magic of Samskrita. That is how we are all attracted to the language, and that is how we have all started learning the language. Okay, what are the very good things about Samskrita language? Uma Bhagini has already told us why Samskrita is important. It is important for learning. It is, in fact, it should be made compulsory because kids who learn this fare very well in their studies. Okay, all the neural parts are activated, are stimulated by the learning of Samskrita. So much of knowledge is got by them without their consciousness. And they say that people who have learnt Vedic mantras at an early age, for them, memory will not be an issue later on. All these are things which right now scientists are discovering about the study of the language. We have so many things which will attract us to Samskrita, and so many very, very nice things about Samskrita. I would like to tell right now. A few points I'd like to tell right now. One is this Samskrita, Bhagini also said that it's a very scientific language. What does that scientific language mean? Scientific language means that everything is coded and it has got a particular science. It's got a logic in the way it is formed. Swaras, as we know, we have 13 swaras. Those swaras are not arranged as in how they liked it. There is a particular method in which the swaras are arranged. Why did they do it like that? So, if we learn the sutras in Vyakarana, they say that akuha visarjaniya nam kantaha, the utpatti sthana, the sthana and prayatna of the utterance of each and every swara is very important in Samskrita. That's why we say that learn Alpa Prana as well, learn Mahaprana as well. Do not mix up Alpa Prana and Mahaprana because there is a lot of difference. There's a world of difference between the usage of Alpa Prana and Mahaprana. For example, if you use the word phalam, it means fruit. Instead, if you use it as palam, it means mamsa, meat. So there is a world of difference between this Alpa Prana and the Mahaprana. What is the way in which both of them are uttered? It is that the sthana and prayatna, the point of origin of the swaras and the amount of pressure we need to put out those swaras make all the difference. For example, Mahaprana is when you put a lot of pressure and air into the utterance of the words. Mahaprana, that's why it's called as Mahaprana. So, why is this a scientific language? Because as I told you, each and the origin of every word, for example, we say, Akuha visarjaniyanam kantaha. A is born here in the kantha. Then Ichuyeshanam talu. E is born upper here in the upper part of the kantha. Then Ruturashanam murdha. Full again, Ru comes at a later stage in the front portion of the mouth. So every word, every syllable has got its origin, and the prayatna is also scientifically coded, and that is how it has to be learned. So that is why it is a scientific language. And the way it is pronounced, this is, in fact, there is a shastra called as Shiksha Shastra just about how the words are to be pronounced and how we have to learn it. So this is the importance we have given to the language. It is, in fact, this is in fact a shastra by itself. The utterance, the origin of the words, and how it is to be pronounced is itself important because later on it has its impact on the neural system. It has its impact on the phala which we get later on. So that is why it is called a scientific language. That is why they say that if you tell very big shlokas which have a lot of many syllables in that, lot of samyuktaksharas, etc., kids who may have a stuttering problem will not have that later on if you practice a lot of shlokas, recitation of shlokas, etc. So these are all the advantages of learning Samskrita. And we also know that another reason why we call it a scientific language is nothing is silent in Samskrita. So in English we know that a few letters might be silent. We write it, but still we do not say it. In Samskrita, whatever is written is only pronounced. So that is why it is also called as it is also a silent. It is also a very scientific language. Then, what is another nice thing about the language? It is that, as I told you, there is nothing called as syntax in Samskrita. Many of you who have come to Parichaya and Shiksha levels will understand and appreciate that point, isn't it? So there is nothing like syntax in Samskrita. What is syntax? Syntax is the way a sentence should be formed. For example, in Kannada we say, Ramanu Kadige Hodanu. We do not mix up the words and say Hodanu Ramanu Kadige. No. Or Kadige Hodanu Ramanu. Maybe in poetic way you might say that. But generally, this is the way the words are to be said. But in Samskrita, there is no syntax. Ramaha vanam gacchati, gacchati vanam Ramaha, vanam gacchati Ramaha. Everything is fine. And we do not get confused. Why? Because the usage of the vibhaktis is so very well done. We know wherever you put that vibhakti in the shloka, you know how to associate it with the Kriya Prada. How to understand the words which are given there. So this is, again, this also shows how scientific that language is. Also, some very nice points about Samskrita is you can coin any number of words you want. It is not that the language has a limited vocabulary. It has an unlimited vocabulary. Why? Because there are a few words which are already now formed, which are used and everything, but still you can coin any number of words you want. This is the beauty of Samskrita. We have something called as samasa in Samskrita, wherein words are joined together and a meaning is given to the entire word, to all the words put together. So, samasa is when you can form any word you like and it gets a totally new meaning. This is another beauty of Samskrita. And how well they are used. For example, I'll just say that there is one word called as gnaha. What does gnaha mean? We have heard that word. Agnaha we have heard, Visheshagna we have heard, or Pragnaha we have heard. So it all comes out of just one word called as gnaha. Gnaha means janati iti gnaha. One who has understood is a gnaha. So you add a in front of it, it becomes agnaha, one who doesn't know anything. You add pra in front of it and it becomes pragnaha. It means a very intelligent person. So this is how words can be coined, innumerable words can be made and used as you like it. Okay, so this is another great thing. And another one is all words in Samskrita have an etymological meaning. Like it can all be brought down to a particular root. Okay, for example, every word they say has a root. For example, if I say my name is Pratibha, then what is the word Pratibha? What has it got in it? It has got a dhatu called as bha. Dhati iti bha. Iti bhav. So, like that, all words have a dhatu. There is one word. I just like to give one example. There is one word called as padapaha. What does padapaha mean? Padapaha. Paha is the last word. Pa is the dhatu there. Patiti paha. One which drinks is a paha. So what does it drink? Padena pati. It drinks through its. Okay, no, please don't let us. Okay. Padena pati iti padapaha. It drinks from its roots. That is why it is called as padapa. So every word has got a meaning. Every word can be etymologically, it can be derived and we can know the magic of the words. Then this is another beautiful point of the language. Then, as Bhagini said, all our shastras are in Samskrita. Why are they all written in Samskrita? Don't we have it in our local regional languages? Yes, we have many works in our regional languages too. But to have earlier, what were they doing? They used to write all the shastras in Samskrita so that it can be distributed or given, transmitted to all parts of the country, isn't it? So a person writes a book in Karnataka, and how could they let another person in Delhi know about it? It was only because it was written in Samskrita that it could have a pan-India effect. So that is why all our Shastras were written in Samskrita, right from Paka Shastra to Super Shastra to all our Vedic texts, everything is in Samskrita. And even there, we had this concept of Rashtra, wherein a person might write it anywhere, but still, to get a symbol of scholarship, they used to go to Kashi and then they used to submit their works there. And we also know about Kashmir, which was a center of Hinduism and its Shastra Dhyayana. So everything had that pan-India feeling. So that is why Samskrita is again important, because it has got its connection to all parts of the country. So again, why Samskrita has to be learned. All our texts, as I said, whether it is yoga or Ayurveda or Nyaya, everything is in Samskrita. Then, what is another beauty of Samskrita? Samskrita is, I can tell, it is the language of intellectuals. Not many people learned Samskrita. Why? Because it was very difficult. As we get going, we know how difficult it is. We cannot think of achieving more in Samskrita because our intellects are all very, very limited. That is why very, very few people can master a Shastra. But still, why are we all learning Samskrita? So that at least we will know the beauty of that. What is Nyaya Shastra? What is Vyakarana Shastra? Just an introduction in this life, I think, has given us so much of joy. I'll just tell you one example, how we used to think, how this logical thinking was inspired in our texts. For that, one simple example I'll give you. About Nyaya Shastra, when the first simplest book in Tarka Shastra we read, and that is called as Tarka Sangraha. In the very first shloka, the poet says, the Nidhaya Hrudi Vishvesham, Vidhaya Guruvandanam, Balanam Sukhabodhaya, Kriyate Tarka Sangraha, iti Mangalacharanam Karoti. Then the first question which the author asks is, why did you do this Mangala? Why is the Namaskara to the god required? It is not required. Then you may say that, okay, for nirvignata parisamaptirtham, okay, let there be no obstacles in our path. So for this we are writing Mangala. Then the author again asks, how do you say that? There is no proof for this. Many people who have written Mangala, their works are not complete. There are many people who have not done Mangala only. For example, all the authors of the West or anybody else, they will not write one Mangalacharane or do Ganesha Stuti like the way we do. But still all their works are complete. How is it? Then the poet says that, okay, to instill this sense of tradition in the students, we do a Mangalacharana. So all this logical thinking is given in the very first page of Nyaya Shastra, Tarka Shastra. So this is how it inspires us to think. That is why thinking about Samskrita, thinking about the Shastra gives us a lot of intellectual evolvement. This is why, again, Samskrita has to be studied. Also, this Samskrita learning, some people in the previous month, we had so much of commotion saying that why Kannada, why Samskrita, why not Samskrita, why not Kannada, why do we need Samskrita at all? So much of debate was there on this topic. I would like to tell you the example of Abdul Kalam. It seems that when Abdul Kalam went to Greece, then the Adhyaksha, the president of the country, he welcomed him and said, Yavana Deshe Swagatam. So Kalam was taken aback. He said, how do you know Samskrita? Then it seems he said that When I tried to learn Mandarin, then the librarian said that if you learn Samskrita, all the other languages will be very easy for you. This is what the Greek president told Kalam, it seems. So, all our learning of Samskrita is, in fact, it doesn't stop us from reading Kannada or our regional languages. It, in fact, helps us to learn more about the language, learn more about those languages, and it will help us to read those languages also very well. So, not only for Samskrita learning, but also to improve our vocabulary in other languages, we need to study Samskrita. And finally, all our fine arts, all our texts related to India and its civilization, it is all there in Samskrita. Whether it is Bharata's Natya Shastra or the Sangeeta Ratnakara, whatever it is, if you want to learn the Shastra, they are all in Samskrita. Again, why Samskrita has to be studied. Okay, and then there is another very nice thing about Sanskrit. One is we think that this is our conversational language, whatever we are learning right now. Tvam tatra gacchati aham. How does it in fact help us in learning the kavyas? This might be a question to many. But it is that our language, this Sambhashna Bhasha, is not totally different from the language of the Shastras. Okay? All the basic words are all the same. Okay, whatever we learn in this Sambhashna class, in this level of Samskrita, will help us read not only our kavyas, but also in reading the greater spiritual texts and the other shastras too. So this is not, it is not that this is just conversational, simple Samskrita, and we are studying something very difficult Samskrita at a later on stage. No, that is not the case. This will continue and it will help us in learning the Shastric language also later on. So finally, why do we need Samskrita? Why should we study Samskrita at all? Samskrita to preserve our Samskriti. For Vak Vyavahara Chintana Shuddhyartham. Our Vak can improve, our utterance and our pronunciation of the words, our language can improve because of Samskrita. And Chintanam, our thinking, when we read the Ramayana or the Mahabharata, the level of thinking, the loftiness of their ideas will help us improve in our lives. And then Vyavahara, how to behave, how do we really live, what are the morals which we have to adopt in our life. All this is known by the study of Samskrita. And then, as we know, this is a Gnana Nidhi. Samskrita Bhasha has got so much of Shastra. In last month's Sambhashna Sandesh only they have given that the oldest manuscript which was found has got stories of the Mahabharata and about the Sankhya and the Vedanta Vadas, etc. This is the oldest manuscript which is found now. And how many manuscripts are there which have not at all seen the daylight? There are millions and millions of manuscripts which have not come to light at all. I don't know where they are, but so much of knowledge is also not found for us today. The manuscripts language and the manuscript knowledge is not available for us today. With this only we cannot study Samskrita, and if at all the knowledge of the manuscripts is found, is used by us, then probably we will improve our quality of living and quality of life too. So this is again why Samskrita has to be studied, not just by old people, but also by everyone. Everyone. You have to start it at a very young age. We should not say that as people start reading the Bhagavad Gita after they retire, Samskrita is not to be studied after we finish everything, after we retire, we have nothing else to do. Then Samskrita has not to be studied. Samskrita has to be taught to kids, and then only they will know the value of Samskrita. In fact, I keep telling my students, if they ask me the meaning of some word like Kasa Raha, then I say, well, yeah, you asked me because you haven't read the Amara Kosha. All this was learnt by kids when they were 3 years, 5 years old. When they did not have any idea about the language, about anything, they knew the entire vocabulary was there in their mouths. That is how we taught them the Shastras. Later on, Kasaraha. What is the meaning of kasara? They just you remember the shloka. Oh, kasaras sarasi saraha. Okay, kasara means leg. How easy it is to know this, because the entire vocabulary is in your mouth in the form of Amarakosha. This is how our learning was. Now we have left all that and come a long way. But what should we do now? Even now we have a chance. This is our first step in learning Samskrita. We have all, and I insist that every Samskrita Sambhashana has to happen. Okay? There is no other path. There is no other method of learning Samskrita. Nanyaf Pantha Vidyate. You have to do Sambhashana. You have to learn the text. You have to do Patrachara Samskritam. Then continuously keep reading Samskrita. Adhyanam and Adhyapanam has to be done by you all your life. We may be doing something to the society, or we may not be doing anything to the society by this, but we will have a lot of joy in our lives if you keep doing this. So finally, for the Ekata, Bharatasya Ekata, for the unity of our country, Punaha Rashtrasya Gauravavardhanartham, to know more about our own country and the values, the thinking, the loftiness of our lives and the way we should lead our lives. For all this, Samskrita has to be studied to make Bharata Desha Punaha Rashtra Guru. Samskrita has to be studied by all of us. And Punaha, for this Vaibhava, for the Vaibhava of this country to be back, Samskrita has to be studied by all of us. So we have all decided, Krita Sankalpaha, we have all decided to study Samskrita. We will do it according to our capacity, to the maximum way we can. So let us all study Samskrita, and I hope I have brought out the importance of Samskrita in my talk. There is still much more to say, but I think I have already transgressed the time limit which they had set for me. Astu punaha sarvebhyah shubham bhavatu. May you all learn Samskrita, and may you all teach Samskrita one day. This is my sincere feeling and prayer. Dhanyavadaha. Namaste.
Dhanyavadaha, Pratibha Bhagini. Really, within a couple of minutes, you summarized the entire thing, starting with how this bhasha, Samskrita bhasha, mukhya, madhura, divya, indeed, very nice, and how Sanskrit language has, the literature is not just the Dharma Grantha, it is in everything, Natya Shastra, Yoga Shastra, everything, and also the importance of Vakya and Vyavahara and Chintana also. So we have to think in Samskrita and also speak in Samskrita. So that is the nice point that we would like to take. And as you invited us to do, as I remember the first sukti in our Pravesha textbook, Arabdham Uttama Janaha Na Parityajanti. Hopefully, we won't stop this learning process here, and we will continue to do this and make Samskrita part of our life. Dhanyavadaha, Pratibha Bhagini.
Swagatam Bhagini. Namaste.
And ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ಖಂಡಿತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಶಾಲೆಗಳ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಕ್ಷಮ್ಯತಾಂ, ಇವತ್ತು ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಮಧ್ಯ ಮಧ್ಯ ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಇರ್ಲಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ಅವರು ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತನ ನಾವು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಬರೀ ಪುಸ್ತಕಕ್ಕೆ ಸೀಮಿತ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡುವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಮತ್ತೆ ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಲ್ಲಿ, ಚಿಂತನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಜ್ಞಾನ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು ನಾವು ಧ್ಯೇಯವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನಡೆಯೋಣ ಅಂತ ಆಶಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. Now we are going to invite our esteemed guest Rekha Bhagini, and she is the Sadasya of Yelahanka and Hebbal branches of Samskrita Bharati. And as Mala Bhagini had mentioned during her welcome speech, Srimati Rekha Bhagini has been rendering this selfless service in the field of Sanskritam for the past 13 years. her whole family is actually dedicated for the growth of Samskrita and also our Samskriti. And it is indeed a privilege to have her today with us. Rekha Bhagini, कृपया आह्वानं स्वीकरोतु इति अस्माकं प्रार्थना. श्रीमती रेखा भगिनी.
सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. प्रतिभा भगिनी नमस्ते.
नमस्ते भगिनी.
सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. इदानीं सर्वे संस्कृतविषये बहु उक्तवन्तः. तस्य प्राशस्त्यं, तस्य पठन किमर्थं पठनीयम् इति सर्वे उक्तवन्तः. अहं किञ्चित् संस्कृतभारती परिचयं कर्तुम् इच्छामि. 1981 मध्ये संस्कृतभारती आरम्भः जातः. तस्य त्रयः मिलित्वा प्रथमम् आरम्भं कृतवन्तः. संस्कृतं सर्वेषां भवतु इति उद्देशेन. अनन्तरं प्रथमम् अस्माकम् उद्देशः अस्ति सर्वत्र संस्कृतसम्भाषणं भवतु, सर्वेषु तेषु संस्कृतमेव भवतु इति अस्माकं संस्कृतभारत्याः प्रथममूलमन्त्रम् इति वदामः किल, तथा अस्ति. तदर्थं संस्कृतभारती ये पाठानाक्रमाः सन्ति तत्र पठितुम् इच्छन्ति, प्रथमं वयं वदामः संस्कृतभारती संस्कृतसम्भाषणप्रकल्पेषु तन्मूलके एव आगच्छतु इति वदामः. इदानीं संस्कृतभारती मध्ये प्रकल्पाः सन्ति, स्टेजस् इति वदामः किल. किञ्चित् कन्नडे अपि वदामि. कोऽपि विषये स्थापितवती एका भगिनी. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಭಾರತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಕಲ್ಪಗಳಿದೆ. ಪ್ರಕಲ್ಪಗಳು ಯಾರಿಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ವಯಸ್ಸಾದವರು, ವಾನಪ್ರಸ್ಥಾಶ್ರಮ ಯೇ ಸ್ವೀಕುರ್ವಂತಿ ತೇಷಾಮಪಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಪಠನ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಾ अस्ति अस्माकं. तत्र अस्ति बालकेन्द्रम् इति. बालकानां मुखे भगिनी उक्तवती, बालः यद् पूर्वमेव कोशं मामरकोशं वा किमपि वा पठति. ಇವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವರನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ 80-90 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿರೋರ್ದು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪಂಡಿತರು ಸಮ್ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ತರ ಇದ್ದಾವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಗುರುಕುಲದ ಕಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೂರ್ವಂ ಅಸ್ಮಾಕಂ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಇವ ತಥೇವ ಆಸೀತ್, ಪ್ರಥಮಂ ಮುಖೇ ಭವತು ಇತಿ, ನಂತರಂ ಲೇಖನಂ ನಂತರಂ ಆರಂಭ ಭವತಿ ತಸ್ಮಾತ್. ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಶುರುವಿಗೆ ಪೆನ್ಸಿಲು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ, ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ. ಅವಾಗ ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಳಿ ಹಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ನಾವು, ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬಿಳಿ ಹಾಳೆ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಕುಲ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಕೆಲವು ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ವಾಪಸ್ಸು ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಗುರುಕುಲ ಪದ್ಧತಿನ ವಾಪಸ್ಸು ತರೋಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಬಾಲಕೇಂದ್ರ ನಮ್ದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು 5 ವರ್ಷ 4 ವರ್ಷ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಂದನೂ ಬಾಲಕೇಂದ್ರ ಪಾಠ ಭವತಿ. ತತ್ರ ಭವತಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಪಾಠಾಃ, ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಃ, ಸಂಭಾಷಣಂ ಮುಖ್ಯತಯ ತದ ಭವತಿ. ನಂತರಂ ಮಾತೃಮೇಲನಂ ಇತಿ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ತಾಯಿಯಂದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಪಠನ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ, ಪರಿವಾರಕ್ಕೆ, ಅವರು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬೋದು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸೇವೆ ಮೂಲಕ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಂತರಂ ಅಸ್ತಿ ದಶವರ್ಷ ಬಾಲಾನಾಂ ಕೃತೆ ಸರಳ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ಇತಿ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ತದಪಿ 4 ಸ್ಟೇಜಸ್, 4 ಹಂತಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಇದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೂಲ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನೋಡಿದಿರಿ, ಕರೋನಾ ಬಂದಾಗಿಂದ ಮುಂಚೆಯಿಂದನೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಂಭಾಷಣಾ ಶಿಬಿರಗಳ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅವರು ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರನ್ನು ಜೋಡಿಸೋದು, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಜೋಡಿಸೋದು, ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಅದು ಸದಾ ಕರೋತಿ. ಯದಾಪಿ ದೂರವಾಣಿ ಕರೋತು ಸಾ ಸ್ವೀಕರೋತು. ಹಾಗೆ ಹಗ್ಲು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಮನೇಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಸರ್ವಂ ಅಸ್ತಿ, ತಥಾಪಿ ಅದು ಮುಖ್ಯಂ ತದ್ದು. ನಂತರಂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನುಭವ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆಗೆ ಬಂದಿರೋರು ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಪ್ ಟು PhD ವರ್ಗೂ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಪಾದಂತು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಇವ ಆಸೀತ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪತ್ರಾಚಾರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಿ ಇವಾಗ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಓದ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾಕೆ ಓದ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಸಂಪತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನನ್ನ ಅನುಭವ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು, ನಾನು ಮಗಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ, ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಮ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮನೇಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಬೆಳೆಸಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರೆಲ್ಲಾರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಶಬ್ದ ಹೊಸದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಚಷಕಃ ಇತಿ, ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇತಿ ಭವತಿ, ಜಲಂ ಅನಂತರಂ ಲಘು ಲಘು ಆಸಂದಃ ಏವಂ ಭವತಿ, ಚಮಸಃ. ಇದದು ಒಂದು ಶಬ್ದ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಕಲ್ತ ತಕ್ಷಣ ತಸ್ಯ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಂ ಗೃಹೆ ಕುರ್ವಂತು. ಬಾಲೈಃ ಸಹ ಪತಿ ಮಹೋದಯೇನ ಸಹ ಜ್ಯೇಷ್ಠಾಃ ಗೃಹೆ ಭವಂತಿ ಚೇತ್ ತಂ ವದಂತು ಭವತಿ ಯತ್ ಪಠತಿ ತದ್ ಅನ್ಯೇಷಾಂ ವಕ್ತವ್ಯ. ನೀವೇನ್ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ ಮನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನ್ ಸುಮಾರು ಕೆಲವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸರ್ವದಾ ಪಠತಿ. ಅದು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮುಖಂ ಉದ್ಘಾಟಯಿತ್ವ ನ ವದತಿ ಚೇತ್, ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಉಳಿಯಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗಂತೂ ದೂರನೇ ಆಯ್ತು. ನಾವು ಕೊಡೋದನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾನನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ ಅದು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನಾನು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಕಲಿಯೋವರೆಗೂ ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋವರೆಗೂ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನ ಶಕ್ಯತೆ ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅನುಭವ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಷ್ಟುದಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಗ್ರಿಗಳೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇಶ ವಿದೇಶ ಸುತ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಅವ್ರು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವ್ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಓದುತ್ತೀವೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ರೂಢಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ದಿನ ಬಳಕೆಯ ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಪರಿಚಯದಲ್ಲಿ, ಈಗ ಜಲಂ ದದಾತು ಉಪವಿಶತು ಆಗಚ್ಚತು ಇದದು ಲಘು ಲಘು ಶಬ್ದಾಃ ಭವಂತಿ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪದಾಃ ಭವಂತಿ. ಯದಾ ಪಠನಸ್ಯ ಆರಂಭ ಭವತಿ ತದಾ ತದ್ ಭವತಃ ಗೃಹೇ ಉಪಯೋಗಂ ಕುರ್ವಂತು, ತದೇವ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಸ್ತಿ. ನಂತರ ಯಾರು ಶಿಕ್ಷಾ ಕೋವಿದ ಸ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಏಕ ಪರಿವಾರ ಇತಿ ವದತಿ ಸರ್ವೇಶಂ. ಈಗ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಒಂದು 15 ದಿವಸ ಕೆಳಗೊಬ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಮದುವೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಮದುವೆಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಫೀಲ್ ಬರ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಸರ್ವೇ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತನ ಅರ್ಧ ಜನ ಕೂಡ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹುಶಃ 60% ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಅವರ ಸಹಪಾಠಿಗಳು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವ್ರ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಪರಿವಾರ ಜನ. ನಾವ್ ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಹುಡುಗನ ಮದ್ವೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಯಾರೋ ಕರೆದ್ರು, ನೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಹತ್ರದ ನೆಂಟ್ರು, ದೂರದ್ದು ಯಾರು ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಭಾವನೆ ಬರ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ತಥಾ ಪರಿಸರ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತೀಯಂ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನ್ ಹೇಳೋದು, ನೀವ್ ಯಾರು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋಷ್ಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋರಾದ್ರು ಅಥವಾ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಸಮಯ ಮೀಸಲಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಲಯಂ ಆಗಚ್ಚಂತು ಕೃಪಯ. ತತ್ರ ಕಾರ್ಯಂ ಕಥಂ ಪ್ರಚಲತಿ ಇತಿ. ಕತಿ ಜನ ಕೆಲವರೆಲ್ಲ ಜೀವನನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ. ಮದುವೆ ಯಾವುದು ಸಂಸಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮಂದ್ರನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೂರ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೇವಲ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸೇವಾಮೇವ ತೇಷಾಂ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಜೀವನ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯಮಸ್ತಿ. ಅಂಥವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ದವಾಗ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ನಾವು ಮೀಟಿಂಗಿಗೋ ಅಥವಾ ಕಿಮರ್ಸ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಾರ್ಥಂ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿಗೆ ಗಿರಿನಗರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಅಕ್ಷರಮ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂಥರ ರೀಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆದಂಗೆ, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ರೀಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ತಥಾ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ ಭವ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ವಿಶೇಷತೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದಿದೆ, ಹೊಸಬರಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೂ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವರು ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ದೇನೋ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ವೇತನ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಪಟ್ಟ ಒಂದು ID ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ವಾ ಕಿಮಪಿ ವಾ ನ ಭವತಿ. ಕೇವಲ ಸೇವಾರ್ಥಮೇವ ಸರ್ವೇ ಕಾರ್ಯಂ ಕುರ್ವಂತಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯ. ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಮೂಲಕ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಶಬ್ದ ಬಹುಶಃ ಯಾವ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ, ತಕ್ಷಣ ಬೈತಾರೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದ್ರ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿಲಿದೆ, ಸ್ವಾಗತಂ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ದೋಷಯುಕ್ತವ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಂ ದೋಷಯುಕ್ತೇನವ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತೇನ ವದಂತು ಇತಿ ಅಸ್ಮಾಕಂ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನಾ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ನೀವು ಏನು ಕಲಿತೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನ ದಿನ ಬಳಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗಣ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಸರಳ ಸಾರಿ ಎಂತ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಪರಿಚಯ ಗಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೃಪಯ ಪಂಚ ನಿಮಿಷ ತ್ರಯಂವ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತೇನ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಕೊಡುವಂತ. ಪಾಠ ಮುಗಿದ ನಂತರ 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಮೀಸಲಿಡಿ. ನೀವು ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಏನೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಕೇಳೋದಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಪಾಠ ವಿಷಯ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ. ತಥಾ ಮುಖೇ ಯದಾ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಂ ಭವತಿ ಅದಿ ಮಸ್ತಕೆ ಅಪಿ ತಿಷ್ಠತಿ ಇತಿ ಮಮ ಅನುಭವ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಲಯ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸೇವಾ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ 13-14 ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಈಗ ರಾಜಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಗಣಃ ಯಥಾ ಅಸ್ತಿ ತಥಾ ಏವ ಸರ್ವತ್ರ ಅಸ್ಮಾಕಂ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತಾರಃ ಸಂತಿ. ಸುಮಾರು ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ದ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಭಾರತಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅನ್ಯತ್ರ ಪ್ರಚಲತಿ ಇತಿ ಸಂತೋಷ ವಿಷಯ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದ ಕಲಿಕೆಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲೇ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟೇ ಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲಿಯೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಹತ್ರ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬರೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದು, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು 1-2 ಅಭ್ಯಾಸಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೋಪ ಬಂದಾಗ ಬೇರೆ ಭಾಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ತಟ ಅಂತ ಕೋಪ ಬಂದಾಗ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬೈಗಳಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೈಯಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಶಬ್ದ ಹುಡುಕ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಕತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಬೈಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಶಬ್ದ ಹುಡುಕ್ಬೇಕು. ತಥಾ ಚಿಂತನಂ ಕರಣೀಯಂ ಭವತಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತೆ ಕಿಂವದತಿ ತಸ್ಯ ಕೃತೆ ಇತಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆದಷ್ಟು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಬಳಸಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಸಂಬೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಲುಗು, ತಮಿಳು, ಕನ್ನಡ, ಅಜ್ಜ, ಚಿಕ್ಕಮ್ಮ, ಸರ್ವತ್ರ ಎತ್ತದ ಆಂಟಿ, ಅಂಕಲ್, ಇದಾನಿಂ ಯದಭವತ್, ಅದನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ನಾವು ದೂರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸೇವೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ತತ್ರ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಕಿಮಪಿ ನ ಭವತಿ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ನ ಸ್ವೀಕುರುವಂತಿ, ಏನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ? ಏನು ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವೀಗೇನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಮ್ದು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪದ್ಧತಿಗಳು ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ತರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪದ್ಧತಿಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ರೂಢಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಹೊಸ ಶಬ್ದ ಕಲಿತೀರಾ. ನನ್ನ ಸಜೆಷನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಇದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಹೊಸ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಕಿಟಕಿ, ಬಾಗಿಲು, ದ್ವಾರಂ, ವಾತಾಯನಂ, ಆಸಂದಃ, ಪಿಂಜಃ, ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಏತದ್ ಸರ್ವಂ ಕಿಂಚಿತ್ ಲಘು ಲಘು ಕಲರ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಲಿಖಿತ್ವ ತತ್ರ ಸ್ಥಾಪಯತ್ತು. ನೀವು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿಗೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಲಾಕ್ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ, ತಿರ್ಗ ನೀವು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಅಂತಾನೆ ನಾವು ಗಣನೆಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಅನುಕೂಲ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನೆಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದೇನಿದೆ ಈ ತರ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಪುಸ್ತಕಂ ಅಸ್ಮಾಕಂ ಮ್ಯಾಗಝಿನ್ ಅಸ್ತಿ ಸಂದೇಶ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸಂಭಾಷಣ ಸಂದೇಶ ಐತಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ನಿಮ್ ಟೀಪಾಯ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಇದೇನು ಅಂತ. ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ನೀವು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅನುಭವ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ. ತತ್ರ ಕಿಂ ಭವತಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಪ್ರಚಾರಃ ತು ಭವತಿ ಏವ. ತಥಾ ನೀವು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲೇನೆ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಅಂತ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನೀವು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸೇವೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಗುರುದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಸರ್ವೇ ಕರಣೀಯಮೇವ. ಇನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಯಾರು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ 1 ಕೋರ್ಸ್ 2 ಕೋರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕಠಿಣತೆ ಬಂತು, ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು, ಸಮಯ ಸಿಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆತರ ಯಾವ ನೆಪಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡದೆ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ಹೇಳ್ದಾಗೆ ನಿರಂತರ ಪಠನಂ ಭವತು. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆದ್ರೂ ನಂತರ ನೀವು ಓದಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋರ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸೇವೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದಾನೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲಿಯೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಇದೆ. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಾः ರೇಖಾ ಭಗಿನಿ. ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮಂ. ನೀವು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಹೇಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತವನ್ನ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಓದೋದಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ರೂಢಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಆಗ್ಲೇನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾಷಾ ಜ್ಞಾನ ವರ್ಧಿಸೋದು ಅಂತ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾತಿನಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿಟಕಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ದ್ವಾರ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ವಿಚ್, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದ್ದು ಬರೆದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಬಂದವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮನೇಲೂ ಸಹಾಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಉಂಟಾಗೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಭಗಿನಿ. And so thank you, Rekha Bhagini, for really giving us tips to inculcate Samskrita in our day-to-day life as well. We really appreciate it. And moving on, you all have joined Sai Samskrita Pathashala, and there will be many questions. People who are in Parichaya level and onwards, you already know what we are. But those who are new to Sai Samskrita Pathashala, who have joined the Pravesha course right now, so you'll be wondering, in what is this Pathashala is all about, and what do we learn by joining this course? So for all those questions, our Guru Paranjyoti Bhagini will be giving us a brief intro to Sai Samskrita Pathashala, its services, and also the annual report. So we request our Guru, Srimati Paranjyoti Bhagini, to do the intro to our Pathashala. Dhanyavadaha.
Namaste sarvebhyah. Shruyate va Bhagini?
Shruyate Bhagini, Shruyate.
Elrigu namaskara. Namaste sarvebhyah. Sairam. Okay, I'll just now brief you about the Sai Samskrita Pathashala. Okay, with the abundance grace of Bhagavan and the blessings of our Guru, a team of self-motivated and dedicated teachers and like-minded individuals came together to form Sai Samskrita Pathashala. That is in Vidyaranyapura. It's a voluntary organization with the main goal of spreading the knowledge of Samskrita and our Sanatana Dharma by conducting various classes. I'll give you the details from the year 2010 till now, that is 2022, under the name of Sai Samskrita Pathashala Vidyaranyapura. Okay, we are giving the coaching for the syllabus prescribed by the Samskrita Bharati, that is the same Girinagar, just now what Rekha Bhagini just told. From there, we are taking the syllabus and giving you the coaching. Okay, now I'll just brief you about the classes which have been taken for the past 11 years. From 11 years, we are doing the classes. And for elders, that is above 18 and all, we have taken Bhagavad Gita class, Bhagavatam class, Durga Shaptashati, Narayaniyam classes, Sundarakanda, that is Ramayana classes, and Veda, Upanishad classes, Saundarya Lahari, and Shivananda Lahari, and many other classes for elders. And for children, there are many classes like Bal Vikas and Bhagavad Gita classes and Vishnu Sahasranama classes, etc. and all. So along with these classes, we started Patralaya Dwara Samskritam under Samskrita Bharati's prescribed syllabus. Please note that we are all Patralaya Dwara Samskritam courses are under Samskrita Bharati, Girinagar, Bengaluru. Okay, these classes are for elders like above 15 years of age, as well as the children below them, that is about 10 years and above them. And up to the age of 15 for children, there are the courses called as Sarala, Sugama, Sarasa, and Sugada. Four stages are there for children. And for all these exams, they'll be getting a certificate from Samskrita Bharati. Okay. And so Sai Samskrita Pathashala is also running a batches of Jalpanam Kaksha. Just now what Rekha Bhagini was talking, that we should have a conversation. No? This is called as spoken Sanskrit classes. That is called as Jalpanam Kaksha. That is for elders we are conducting. Before it was 2-3 classes were conducted. Now only 1 class has been conducted. And coming to the point, I will explain what you all have taken, the newcomers especially. That is Patralaya Dwara Samskritam. This is followed by the syllabus of Samskrita Bharati, I have already told. There are 4 levels. First one is Pravesha, Parichaya, Shiksha, and Kovida. And each of 6 months duration. And you will be getting a certificate from Samskrita Bharati itself at completion of each level. In 2 years' time, you can complete the Kovida level, which is equivalent to BA degree. Okay, I can tell the basic criteria for this Pravesha level, which you all have joined. The first one is you should be above the age of 15. And secondly, you should be familiar with, you can be familiar with Hindi Lipi. But don't worry if you don't know Hindi and all, because we have all trained teachers here, all well trained teachers, and they'll teach you from the scratch, okay, language from the scratch, and that is from Varnamala only they'll teach you. Then thirdly, you should get registered with Samskrita Bharati, that most of you would have done already. That is either through online or directly going to Aksharam, that is Girinagar, Bangalore. And dear friends, behind all our wonderful achievements and Shakti behind our achievement is definitely our Dattatreya avatar, Sri Guru Shri Sai Baba, and his avatar, our beloved Puttaparthi Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, and our beloved and most humble Rajalakshmi Bhagini. Please come, switch on the video, Bhagini. Our Rajalakshmi Bhagini, who is the founder and backbone of our Sai Samskrita Pathashala.
Sai Ram Bhagini.
Sai Ram Bhagini. Dhanyavada.
Sai Ram.
And of course, our dedicated teachers of Sai Samskrita Pathashala. There are no words to describe and praise our teachers' selfless and dedicated service to all the society, our society, and a heartfelt thanks to all the teachers of Sai Samskrita Pathashala for the Niswartha Seva. You please note that they are not paid here and they are willfully doing the voluntary service to spread Sanskritam. The main motto of our Sai Samskrita Pathashala is to make efficient and good Sanskritam teachers. As beautifully told by Pratibha Bhagini, the reason being only they can carry the Sanatana Dharma and the Samskriti also of our Samskriti, which lies in our Deva Bhasha Samskritam. So it is essential that we spread our Samskrita Bhasha to our next generation through efficient, good teachers. We wish and request you all join with us in this noble service. And I'll just share with you the report of our Sai Samskrita Pathashala. Okay, now this for the past 6 months, that is August 2021 to February 2022, totally 35 students have taken the exams for Pravesha exam and 50 from Parichaya, that is a second level, and the third level, 76 students have taken for Shiksha exam. In that, few of them are from Uttara Tamil Nadu also, and rest of them are from Karnataka. And Kovida exams have been taken by 10 students. And for children below 15, Sarala exam was taken by 59 students appeared for the exam, and Sugama 10, and Sarasa 7 of them. And I'm very proud to tell that from past 2010 till now, till 2022, we have successfully completed 18 batches of Pravesha, 13 batches of Parichaya, and 10 batches of Shiksha exam, and 4 batches of Kovida exam. So, Sarvebhyaha Nutana Chatrebhyaha Shubhakangshaha, all the very best, and welcome to our Sai Samskrita Pathashala Parivaraha. Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha, Jyoti Bhagini. It was really a very nice introduction. Dhanyavadaha. And now, as our Shikshana Pramukha mentioned, Jyotir Mai Bhagini mentioned, the gurus are the actually pillars of our samstha. And one such guru, actually, I would like to call her Parama Guru, because Lata Bhagini is my immediate guru, and her guru is Srimati Jayanti Bhagini. And she is the senior most teacher of Sai Samskrita Pathashala, and she's been doing a wonderful service in teaching so many students. And as our chief guest mentioned, it is not about title, it is not about the recognition, it is all about Samskrita Seva. It only that in mind, she's been rendering her services, and it is the least we can do is just recognize her service. So we take this opportunity to recognize her service, and we request her to continue to tutor us in many years to come. And Srimati Lata Bhagini will do the felicitation of our Paramaguru. Srimati Jayanti Bhagini. Lata Bhagini.
धन्यवादः भगिनी. हरि ओम्. सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. Sai Samskrita Pathashala has grown really big in 2 years by the blessings of Baba. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce few important members, teachers and coordinators of Sai Samskrita Pathashala. First of all, would like to introduce Mrs. Rajlakshmi Bhagini, without whom teaching this beautiful language throughout wouldn't be possible. It is due to her sincere effort that Sai Samskrita Pathashala has so many students, teachers, and coordinators. It wouldn't be wrong to say that she is the foundation and backbone of Sai Samskrita Pathashala. Just a minute. Yes. It wouldn't be wrong if I say she is the foundation and backbone of Sai Samskrita Pathashala. And personally, she has been my mentor who has guided me throughout this. And and she has been an inspiration throughout my throughout the wonderful journey. Not only me, but she has been inspiration for many more. Dhanyavada Rajlakshmi Bhagini for all the motivation given by you to learn and spread Sanskrit. So would like to request you all also to learn Sanskrit and do seva in spreading this language by becoming teachers and coordinators in Sai Samskrita Pathashala. Would like Rajlakshmi Bhagini to share a few words. Mrs. Rajlakshmi Bhagini.
Dhanyavadaha Lata Bhagini. Hari Om Namah Sarvebhyah. As told by our Jyoti Bhagini, our Sikshana Pramukha. Shruyate kila?
आं भगिनी श्रूयते.
श्रूयते भगिनी.
श्रूयते. द्रष्टुमपि इच्छामि भगिनी.
सायरा. वीडियो उद्घाटयतु भगिनी.
दृश्यते किल?
न भगिनी.
न वा?
इदानीं दृश्यते.
आं भगिनी.
धन्यवादः. As told by our Jyoti Bhagini, with the blessings of Bhagavan and our Guru, we are doing this Sanskrit Seva for the past 12 years to show our gratitude to our Guru. He does not want anything from us, but it is in us. We just start doing Sanskrit Seva under the platform by his name, Sai Samskrita Pathashala. As told by our Jyoti Bhagini, the Sai Samskrita Pathashala, the important motto is to make good and efficient Sanskrit teacher for the society, so as to make this society to get the benefit of this language. If a society is unaware of this language, then it is a great loss for the society. Sanskrit language is not going to lose anything, but the society will lose everything, because as our Rekha Bhagini told, as our Pratibha Bhagini told, Jyoti Bhagini told, because our Sanskriti, which lies in this Sanskrit language only. So, language is not going to lose anything, only the society will lose. And moreover, the Sanskrit language, which is the mother language of many Indian language, and also most compatible, versatile, as told by our Pratibha Bhagini, and it is a Deva Bhasha, which has its origin in our Bharata Bhumi, India. So, we should be proud of this. And also, even if we see in the Western countries, they started importing this language by introducing this to the younger generation. In schools and etc., they started giving coaching. So anyway, I don't want to take your time more, because already it is late. Just I wanted to tell you one thing. You all, anyway, you have taken. You are all lucky. For Pravesha students, I'm telling, you are all lucky and fortunate to learn our mother language. For that, you are all assembled here under this platform, that Sai Samskrita Pathashala platform. You are all here. We request you all with determination, please travel along with us with Sai Samskrita Pathashala in the Patralaya Dwara 4-level course. In this journey,
please come along with us with determined mind and finish your course, all the 4 levels with fruitful, with flying colors. And also, as Rekha Bhagini told, while learning also you start teach. The learning and teaching, it should come simultaneously in this process, because after completing my COVID only I will teach. Not like that. We are all done like that only. No need to worry at all. We are all here to help you all. So simultaneously learn, teach, like that. We request you all. And once again, we welcome you all. Once again, on behalf of Sai Samskrita Pathashala, for the Patralaya Dvara courses, Sarvesham Krute Shubhakamanaha, Dhanyavadaha. Sai Ram.
Dhanyavadaha, Rajalakshmi Bhagini. Really, thank you for inviting us.
Dhanyavadaha. Now we have Jyoti Bhagini, who is our Sikshana Pramukha of Sai Samskrita Pathashala, and she leads all the programs and services of Sai Samskrita Pathashala. Dhanyavada Bhagini. Now we have Jayanti Bhagini.
Lata Bhagini, are you presenting something?
Yes, yes.
It is not presented.
It is not presented?
Yeah.
1 minute. Eka nimisham. Idanim drishyate va bhagini?
न इदानीं दृश्यते
दृश्यते वा?
दृश्यते
लता भगिनी न श्रूयते.
लता भगिनी नेट्
नेट्
समस्या अस्ति इति शक्यते.
भगिनी श्रूयते वा?
इदानीं श्रूयते भगिनी. नेट् समस्या अस्ति वा?
श्रूयते वा भगिनी? अस्तु अस्तु. नेट् समस्या आसीत्. एकनिमिषम्. श्रूयते खलु?
श्रूयते भगिनी. आम्.
अस्तु अस्तु.
प्रेजेंटेशन् करोतु भगिनी कृपया. पुनः प्रेजेंटेशन् करोतु भगिनी.
इदानीं दृश्यते वा?
न भगिनी.
दृश्यते. अस्तु. Now we have Jyoti Bhagini, who is our Sikshana Pramukha of Sai Samskrita Pathashala. She leads all the programs and services of Sai Samskrita Pathashala. Dhanyavada Bhagini. Now we have Jayanti Bhagini, who is the senior most teacher of Sai Samskrita Pathashala. It's a great pleasure to honor Mrs. Jayanti Bhagini, who is one of the Sai Samskrita Pathashala's senior most teacher. I would like to share a few words about her. Initially, she started with 4 students teaching Pravesha. Sukanya Bhagini and I are really fortunate to be the first set of students to be trained by her. She has taught many students who are doing Seva in Sai Samskrita Pathashala as teachers and coordinators. I would like to share an important experience due to which our learning, that is Sukanya Bhagini's and my learning of Sanskrit journey, began seriously. One day Jayanti Bhagini had given us a homework that was just, I think, in the beginning of the Pravesha classes. Sukanya Bhagini and myself hadn't done it as we were busy, like many of the housewives in household chores. That day, Jayanti Bhagini said, the homework was given for your benefit. I don't mind. It's up to you. Those words made a difference. And from then, our journey in Sanskrit started seriously. And now we are right here in front of you all as teachers. Thank you so much, Jayanti Bhagini, for these valuable words and for the strong foundation in grammar due to which we got interest in Sanskrit and grew as teachers. As said, she has also trained many students who are currently doing Samskrita Mata Seva in Sai Samskrita Pathashala as wonderful teachers like Uma Bhagini, Padma Nagendra Bhagini, Deepa Bhagini, and Vijay Lakshmi Bhatt Bhagini. So due to Jayanti Bhagini, Sai Samskrita Pathashala has grown big with many teachers and coordinators who have learnt, are learning in Sai Samskrita Pathashala and doing Seva here in Sai Samskrita Pathashala. Thank you, Jayanti Bhagini. Thanks a lot. Now, on behalf of Sai Samskrita Pathashala, we would like to honor Jayanti Bhagini. Jayanti Bhagini.
अस्तु साईराम धन्यवाद
Dhanyawada.
धन्यवाद
Thank you so much, Jayanti Bhagini, to be our teacher and a guide through all levels of Sanskrit.
Dhanyawada, Jayanti Bhagini. Sairam.
No words to express.
Definitely.
Honored to be. Thank you.
Abhinandanam, Jayanti Bhagini.
Thank you. Sairam.
Sairam. Now I would like to introduce our Sai Samskrita Pathashala teachers. For the four levels, that is Pravesha, Parichaya, Siksha, and Kovida. Screen drishyate kalu?
Drishyate Bhagini.
So, for the Pravesha level, the teachers and the coordinators, teachers for Pravesha level, Manjula Bhagini will be dealing with grammar and her coordinator will be Vasanta Bhagini. We have Gayatri Bhagini for theory and Savita Bhagini as her coordinator. And for Pravesha level, we also do revision classes. So we have Rajlakshmi Bhagini for revision classes and coordinator as Manjula Bhagini. So Pravesha teachers are for Manjula Bhagini, Gayatri Bhagini, and Rajlakshmi Bhagini with coordinators Vasanta Bhagini, Savita Bhagini, and Manjula Bhagini. Then we have the Parichaya teachers and coordinators. For teachers for grammar is Lata Bhagini, that is myself, and my coordinator is Sukanya Bhagini. Then we have Hegde Mahodaya for theory, Parichaya theory, and his coordinators will be Purnima Bhagini and Vimala Bhagini. Then for Siksha level, that is the third level, we have Uma Bhagini for grammar and Manjari Bhagini for theory. And the theory, it will be shared by Manjari Bhagini and Radhika Takkar Bhagini, theory in Siksha level. And the coordinators are Vijay Lakshmi Bhatt Bhagini and Padma Bhagini. Then for Kovida level, the fourth level, we have Uma Bhagini, who will be dealing with the Samasa part, and Sukanya Bhagini as a coordinator. And then we have Mala Bhagini for the rest of the Kovida portions. And we have Radhika Bhagini, Deepa Bhagini, and Bhanumati Bhagini as the coordinators. So these are the teachers for all these four levels. And the timings, when it will be starting, what date it will be starting, will be posted in individual groups, that is Pravesha, Parichaya, Siksha, and Kovida. After the teachers discuss, they'll be posting it in the group, the timings and the dates when it will be starting. So thank you so much. And the recording also will be done by the coordinators. The recorded videos and all will be posted in the group itself. In the description box, there will be a link. So after the class, the recordings will be posted. The PPTs and the recordings will be posted there. So students can make use of it for revision. Thank you. Dhanyavada Bhagini.
Dhanyavada Lata Bhagini. Now, this is actually a wonderful opportunity for us to invite Dinesh Krishnamurthy Mahodaya. And as our Uma Bhagini, she was mentioning that bridging the gap between IT and Samskrita. That is exactly what Dinesh Mahodaya has been doing, and also laying the foundation from the very beginning by teaching Samskrita to the kids at a very young age, where there is no inhibition to learn anything and start using it right away. So that is the gap that Dinesh Mahodaya has been nicely doing for the past couple of months, I think, Dinesh Mahodaya, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. And already he has trained thousands of kids through Balakendram. And I would like to, invite Dinesh Mahodaya to share this, how students can participate in the world of Sanskrit and contribute for the growth of this Deva Bhasha. Dinesh Mahodaya, Kripaya, Svikaratu.
Sarvebhyah namo namaha. Shruyate iti ಭಾಸತೆ.
Shruyate Mahodaya.
ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ವಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಂತ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ಒಂದು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಯಿ ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾ ಏನೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗೊಂದು ಅದು ಮರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು, ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ಸ್, ಹಾಗೆ ಎಂತ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದೊಂದು ಬರೀ ಸಾಯಿ ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಬರೀ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತವನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ದಲೆ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರವನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಭಾಷೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಅಂತ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಬಲ್ಲೆ. ಭಗಿನಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಆವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚಿನ ಏನ್ ದಿನೇಶ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಅದು ನಾನು ಬರೀ IT ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಒಂಥರ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಬೂಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮಿ. ಹೊರ ತರ ಬಂದು ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ನನಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಟ್ರು, ಈ ತರದೊಂದು ಇದೆ, ಈ ತರ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಪರಿಚಯ ಅಂತ, ಕೋವಿದ ಅಂತ. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಅದೊಂಥರ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಭಗಿನಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಒಂಥರ ಲಾಕ್ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ. ಅದು ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಆಚೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಸತ್ಪುರುಷರು ಅಥವಾ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇರುವಂತವ್ರು, ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಅದರಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಗರ್ವ ಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಹೇಗಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನನಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರೇಖಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಒಂದು ದೀಪದಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೀಪ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ದೀಪ ಬರೀ ಅದೇ ಉರಿದು ಇದಾಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಇನ್ನೂ 10 ದೀಪಗಳನ್ನ ಹಚ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಶಾರದಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತೆ. ಅವರ ಪರಿಚಯ ಆಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಬಾಲಕೇಂದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ನಾನು ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಬಾಲಕೇಂದ್ರ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಅದು ಹಾಗೆ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ವೈಸ್ ಸುಮಾರು ಗಣಗಳಾಗಿ ಒಂದು 12ರಿಂದ 13 ಗಣಗಳಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಯಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು, ಸಮಯ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಯಾಕೆ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು 82 ಜನಗಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಮುಂಚೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 100ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಜನಗಳೇ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೀಪವನ್ನ ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವಂತಹ ಶಕ್ತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ಈ ಸಾಯಿ ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನಿದೆ, ಇದೇ ತರದ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಬೆಳೆಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಉಳಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾದರಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಂದೇಹ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಕನ್ಯಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಸುಮಾರು ಸತಿ ನನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋರು ಇದ್ದಾರಾ, ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಇದ್ದಾರಾ, ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ ಅಂತ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಬೆಳೆಸಬರಿ ಸರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಪಾಠಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಒಂದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ. ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಯಾಕಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಅವಲ ಭಗಿನಿ ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದರ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನೀವು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ 10 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುವಂತ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ದೃಢವಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಲಿಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅನ್ನೋದು ದೃಢವಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದು ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸಾಯಿ ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ನನ್ನ ಸುಮಾರು ಭಗಿನಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸರಳ ಸುಗಮ ಈ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋರು. ಅವ್ರು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಅವ್ರ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತರ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸರಳನ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋರಂತ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ರು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರವಂತರಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತವನ್ನ ಕಲಿತಾ ನಾವು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸುವಂತವರಾಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋವಂತವರಾಗ್ಬೇಕು. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಮುಂದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಕನ್ಯಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋರಿದ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ನಂಬರ್ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೀಪವನ್ನ ಬೆಳಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣರಾಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಅದು ನೀವಲ್ದಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಜ್ವಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಲಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾವೀಣ್ಯರಾಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಸಮಯ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ, ಹೇಳೋ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಬಹಳ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ. ಜಯತು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಂ, ಜಯತು ಭಾರತ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಮಹೋದಯ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಮಹೋದಯ. ಸಮಯ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲೇನೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಲುಪ್ತವಾಗಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದೀರಾ. ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, ಈ ಪಂಡಿತರು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸೋ ಗೋಜಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗಿನೇ ಆ ಕೆಲವು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲೇ ಕೂಡ, ವಾಕ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಮುಂದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ, get involved in the in spreading this language and also our culture, our Samskriti. Dhanyavada Dinesh Mahodaya. We definitely want to have you during one of our classes, and so you can maybe like conduct a class. It's like a master class for us.
Yeah.
So that would be definitely it would be an opportunity for us. Dhanyavada. Thank you once again. Yes, and now moving on to the next please, we understand ನೀವೆಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೊತ್ತು ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಸುಮಾರು 1.5 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಯ್ತು, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಇನ್ 2 ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ there will be Q&A session which all the participants can ask questions and get their doubts clarified. And coming to the next event in this program, and how was the experience of learning Sanskritam through Sai Samskrita Pathashala? So as our founder and a very humble person, humility, she is humility personified. That is what I think, Rajalakshmi Bhagini. So she doesn't want to really talk about herself, like even though she is the founder and she has groomed so many people, she doesn't want to talk about it. But students, they have volunteered and they want to express their experience through this forum. And we have 2 students, and because of the time constraint, we can give the opportunity to only 2 students today. One is Srimati Vidya Balasubramaniam. She is already in Kovida level, and TV Rao Mahodaya from Shiksha level will be sharing their experiences. Vidya Bhagini, आह्वानं स्वीकरोतु इति प्रार्थना. नमस्ते.
अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. This is one of the first poems at Pravesha level. He who removes the darkness, the ignorance from the unenlightened or the blinded souls by applying an ointment, that is a medicine, which is called the spiritual knowledge, and that person is Guru, by imparting the knowledge and giving that wisdom. So as we all know, teacher in English is just said as teacher. Probably somebody may say as a professor or a lecturer or a guide. But in Sanskrit, as a teacher has various interpretations. We all may know it. Information, who gives information is Adhyapakaha, and knowledge is Upadhyaya. And the one who gives skills, like Acharya Drona, we say. Even Drona is called Dronacharya, not Drona Guru. Then comes the insight into the subject. Who gives that insight is Panditaha. But combining all as a conglomerate like that, and who is giving is a Guru. A Guru, he gives the wisdom to us and the entire knowledge, the skill. That kind of Gurus are there in Sai Samskrita Pathashala. That explains all the quality of the Guru and the greatness of the institution. And I am very proud to be the part of that institution to learn right from Lata Bhagini. One just can't forget her, because the basic foundation is at the Pravesha level, which she had imparted. And that is very, very useful through this entire journey of learning Sanskrit. Sai Samskrita Pathashala has been, as we all know, the earlier speakers have said, in association with Samskrita Bharati, has this great koshaha, the treasure of all these gurus, teaching various levels at the Bala level, that is the student level below 15, and Pravesha, Parichaya, Shiksha and Kovida level, various classes thanks to COVID, because even in the most testing time, we all have something better to do, and that is learning Sanskrit online. That we made really use of it. Ahamapi gurunam shiksha prapya shiksha pariksha paryantam vishishta stare utirna upalakshya praptavati. and now I'm moving to the Kovida level. Mama Matrubhasha Tamil iti. Kerala Rajye Vasami. So I am in Tamil Nadu. I am a Tamilian. My language is mother tongue is Tamil, and I live in Kerala. But I'm learning from Karnataka. That is the greatness of the integration of this country and also the Sanskriti. Tadapi Karnataka Rajye Samskrita Pathashala Yaha Evam Aham Shiksha Praptavati. Chaturtha Kaksha Kovida Kartum Yojitavati. So we all have the best gurus with the structured syllabus. When you experience it, the Pravesha people who are going to Panjikaranam Kritavantaha, those people will experience in the first 1 or 2 classes how beautifully the structure is made and how the recording is being done, and Ganamadye, how they are uploading in the site. All these they will experience and find that they will recommend even more students to come and learn Sanskrit. That is the greatness, the way they have been carrying it forward. And frequent homeworks that is being given, so that if we practice that sincerely, definitely we will be able to get the distinction in the exams. So frequent homeworks and Abhyasa Kaksha, before the teachers, the gurus come and start the class, a few minutes is being devoted for all the students to interact. So that in the interaction, there is one Sanskrit saying, Acharya Padama Datte Padam Shishya Swamedhaya Padam Sa Brahmachari Bhya Padam Kala Kramenacha. We learn from the teachers. How much ever we learn, the brain takes only 25%. Then the next 25% comes by discussing with our friends, or that is the classmates. Okay, so the third part comes the Kala Kramena, or the third part is that by our own learning, and the fourth is over the period of time, we will come to learn even more about the language and about the classes. So along with this advantage of benefiting to learn Sanskrit, as Pratibha Bhagini had said, it triggers us to understand just not the language, the Sanskrit, but also our Sanskriti, and ability to understand many shlokas. When you pass the first 2 grades, then we come to Shiksha level. I started understanding, and thanks to Raji Bhagini, who had been teaching Bhagavad Gita, Anvaya Krama. I just cannot forget Anvaya Krama. That when she teaches in the class, Mastake Stapyati. It enables us to remember, and just one read will do. We will be able to do the Anvaya Rachana, Anvaya Krama. So that is giving us the push to learn Bhagavad Gita. Unfortunately, I could join the Bhagavad Gita class. I'm learning the 10th chapter. And thanks to some of our classmates, and particularly Bhanumati Bhagini, who is going to be our coordinator again in the Kovida level, she picks up grammar very fast. And I try to learn theory. So we complement each other. We have done the combined studies. So these are the special ingredients about Sai Samskrita Pathashala, where this not that gurus alone, the students also together, they work as a team and see that most of them come with flying colors, that is in distinction. So as Rekha Bhagini also has said, that please let us use many of the Sanskrit words at home. Simple words like Matulaha, then Prapitamaha, Prapitamahi, Matamahi, Pitamaha, Asandaha, Talaha, like Kunchika, Namapika, all these words we can keep on using. And one suggestion was given at the Pravesha level is, whenever we are learning something, let us make a small chart, a white paper we can write and stick it in the kitchen or at the bedroom or crossing the passage. And when we look at it, we will be able to remember. These are all the fine and nice tips that's being given at the foundation level, which will help us to learn the language even more in a simple way, and not the way like people scare, oh my God, it is a difficult language. It's a Deva Bhasha. The Sanskriti is there. Let us make use of this opportunity to learn this language, and definitely we will be able to understand our culture more and spread it around. Dhanyavada. Thank you.
Dhanyavadaha, Vidya Bhagini. Very well said. And now we request TV Rao Mahodaya to share his experience. TV Rao Mahodaya, ahvanam sवीकरोतु इति प्रार्थना. TV Rao Mahodaya अस्ति वा?
न इति शक्यते भगिनि.
हा.
अस्तु, चिन्ता
अस्तु, हा, अस्तु, चिन्ता. ओके. Now we request Srimati Vasanta Bhagini to actually do the Vandanarpane, the vote of thanks. And I just want to say one word. We were talking about giving back to the society, giving back to the Samskrita Mata and Sai Samskrita Pathashala, where we are learning Samskrita. And actually Vasanta Bhagini, she completed her Pravesha just in the last batch, and she has readily agreed to be the volunteer in this batch. We really appreciate her for taking up this opportunity. Dhanyavadaha Vasanta Bhagini.
That's a pleasure, Bhagini. Pleasure is mine only. Like Dinesh Mahodaya was just saying, by lighting the one candle, you are enlightened too. So while learning, we teach, and while teaching, we learn. That's it. Anyways.
Dhanyavadaha.
Sarvebhyah namaskaraha, sarvebhyah dhanyavadaha cha. I'll start with Pratibha Bhagini. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation and taking time out to grace the occasion. We were really delighted to listen to your very, very inspirational and motivational speech with such simple examples. So it was very nice to listen to you. And thank you very much once again. And thank you very much, Dhanyavadaha. And thank you very much, Rekha Bhagini, again for taking time out. It was very, very nice, and you gave us such practical examples. And especially that's in my mind, we all should try, as students, try and use that last 5 minutes to Sambhashana during our classes. I think we all have inhibitions to talk in Sanskritam, though we all aspire to do so. So by doing that in every class, maybe we will definitely gain a lot. Thank you very much for that wonderful speech. Very nice of you. Then thanks to all the Samskrita Pathashala teachers for doing the wonderful service. And I'm one of the beneficiaries. It was very, very nice, the Pravesha level. It went on so enthusiastically and exciting. Every class we used to look forward to it, and it was wonderful. And also, thank you very much for the wonderful presentation today by each one of you. And I'm also very, very honored and excited to be part of Samskrita Pathashala. And last but not the least, thank you very much for all the participants, the enthusiastic Samskrita learners, for having stayed back for sparing your time for almost 2 hours. And we all look as a team look forward to a wonderful learning journey of Sanskritam. Thank you very much, everyone. Jayatu Sanskritam, Patatu Sanskritam, Jayatu Bharatam. And maybe conclude with Shanti mantra. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani paschyantu, ma kashid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha. Punah milamaha. Namaskara.
Dhanyavada Bhagini. Now, Dhanyavadaha everybody. And now we open up the stage for everybody. If they have any questions, please do ask, and we will try to answer your queries. You can unmute and ask your question.
Bhagini, I have a question.
Yes, Bhagini.
That actually the purpose why I wanted to learn Sanskrit is to be able to read the scriptures, and I don't have so much time also. I'm managing some time. So sometimes I think that after I finish Parichaya, should I directly start the Bhagavad Gita course that Samskrita Bharat is offering? That will be more aligned to my goal, or you suggest that I finish Kovida and then I do, because I don't have so much time. Just learning Sanskrit is not my goal.
Yeah, correct. I mean, as you pointed out, we will have different goals, right? One of the thing is, as you pointed out, your thing is to learn Bhagavad Gita through Sanskritam, correct? So I believe, if the rules have changed now, you can enroll for the Gita Sopanam courses as well. But you, when I had inquired a while ago, you had to finish the Kovida level and then start. But nobody is stopping you from, getting a Samskrita, the Bhagavad Gita book in Sanskritam and start reading it and see if you can actually understand the words in it, so that you can start. And you can definitely contact Samskrita Bharati and inquire if you can enroll in Gita Sopanam course while you are in Parichaya level. So that is what I would suggest, Bhagini.
Thank you, Bhagini.
Yeah. And any other question?
Namaste, Bhagini.
Namaste.
I am very thankful to you, Sai Samskrita Pathashala. You are doing good job. All of them are women. That is a
Gita
great
Sopanam
service
course
for us. Madam, 2 years back I applied for the Pravesha examination, but I didn't get good marks.
Okay.
I would like to improve that marks, but there is no chance to register the register.
Okay.
How can I improve that, madam?
Actually, Mahodaya, since there is no, provision for us to, rewrite the exam where we have already passed it, right? So what I would suggest is, if you're already in, maybe you're in Shiksha level, is that right, Mahodaya?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you can do is, look at, since you have improved your knowledge over the courses, just target doing, Shiksha level, give your best 100%. So then, you will definitely achieve the goal that you have set for yourself. That is what I would suggest, Mahodaya. Or you can, contact Samskrita Bharati, office. If I don't think there is any provision of, to retake the exam if you have already passed it. But you can just inquire if there is a possibility to do so.
Due to the personal reasons, I could not attend regularly. That's why.
No, I understand, Mahodaya. But what I personally feel is this course is more of, for learning and increasing our knowledge of Samskrita, right, Mahodaya? So, don't worry about the marks, because obviously, we all go through some challenges and we won't be able to give our 100% at that point of time. I'm sure with God's grace, you will be able to excel in your Shiksha level. And if you can just focus on that, and I'm sure you're going to, focus on that.
Thank you,
and
Bhagini.
you will achieve that goal. Yes, our best wishes.
Thank you, Bhagini. Thank you.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಭಗಿನಿ.
ಹೇಳಿ
ನಂದು ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಆಯ್ತು, ನಂದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್. ಈಗ ಪರಿಚಯಗೆ ನಾನು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಭಗಿನಿ, ಇವಾಗ ಇದಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಇದು, ಅದೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ನೀವು?
ಅದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಭಗಿನಿ. ನೀವು ಇದು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಪರಿಚಯ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗೂಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ದು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀವು ಅದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿಗೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಪರಿಚಯ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ. ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬುಕ್ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸದ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ಪರಿಚಯ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಶುರು ಆಗಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೊಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ನೀವು.
ಇವಾಗ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೂ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಅದು ಪರಿಚಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು.
ಈಗ ಅಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಭಗಿನಿ. ಈಗ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದನ್ನ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತೀಯವರೇನೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ಲೆವೆಲ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ದೇನೆ ನಾವು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದೊಂದವರು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅದನ್ನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಪರಿಚಯ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಭಗಿನಿ.
ಭಗಿನಿ, ಮೊದ್ಲು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಗೀತಾ ಸೋಪಾನಂ ತಗೋಬೇಕಂತ ಇದ್ರು. ಇವಾಗ ಹಂಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೋಬೋದಾ ಭಗಿನಿ?
ಅದು ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಇವಾಗ ಒಬ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಅವರು ಈಗ ದಿನೇಶ್ ಮಹೋದಯ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ವಾ, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ರು ಇವಾಗ ಕೋವಿದ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಕೋವಿದ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಗದೆ ಹೋದ್ರು ಒಂದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದ್ ಸರಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀವ್ ಯಾವ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಭಗಿನಿ?
ನಾನು ಶಿಕ್ಷಾ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಸರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಭಗಿನಿ. ಸೊ
ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಮಾಜ ಸಂಧಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ
ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಆತರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಾ?
ತುಂಬಾ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಸರಿ ಸರಿ.
ಅನ್ವಯ ಕ್ರಮ, ಅನ್ವಯ ರಚನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಾಕಿ ಮಕ್ಕಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಗೀತಾ ಸೋಪಾನ ಒನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಗೀತಾ ಸೋಪಾನ ಒನ್
ಇದೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಶಿಕ್ಷಾ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೇನೆ ಇನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಫುಲ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಂದು ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ವಯ ರಚನಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಂಧಿ ಸಮಾಸ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ತ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ನಾನು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗ್ ಮತ್ತೆ
ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಭಗಿನಿ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ.
ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬುಕ್ ತಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ?
ನೀವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಫೀಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ್ಲೇ ಯಾವ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಭಗಿನಿ? ನೀವು
ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಆಗ್ಲೇ ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಏನ್ ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋಗೋಜಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವ್ ಹೇಗೋ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ನೀವಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಇನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನೀವ್ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡೋಗೋಜಿಲ್ಲ ಭಗಿನಿ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಸೆಟ್. ಈ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೇನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಭಗಿನಿ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಭಗಿನಿ, ಹೇಳಿ ಭಗಿನಿ.
ಅದು ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ನಾನು ಪ್ರವೇಶನ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಸಿರೋದು ಭಗಿನಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ.
ನೀವು ಇದು ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ ಭಗಿನಿ?
ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅಕ್ಷರ
ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ? ಸರಿ ಸರಿ. ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದಾರಲ್ವಾ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ?
ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಯ್ತು ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಏನ್
ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು ಭಗಿನಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತಿಯವರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಯಶಃ ಭಾನುವಾರ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ
ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಮೇಯಿಂದ
ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಡವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ 2 ಭಾಷೆಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು.
ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನ ನೋಡಿದೆ ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದು ನನ್ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಷಮ್ಯತಾ ಭಗಿನಿ. ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ನನ್ನ ಸಮಸ್ತ ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಮ್ಮ
ಶಾರದಾ ಭಗಿನಿ, ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಭಗಿನಿ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಭಗಿನಿ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಅಮ್ಮ. ನಾನು ಪರಿಚಯಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಆಂಟಿ, ಪರಿಚಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿಂದಾನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಪರಂಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಮಿಸ್ ಅವರು ಸರಳದಲ್ಲಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವ್ರಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂಜುಳಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ಅವರು, ನನ್ಗೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮನೇಲಿ ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರೂನು ಅವ್ರು ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡು ಆ ತರ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಭಗಿನಿ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಕಲಿತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದು ಮುಖ್ಯ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳಕ್ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ ಹೊರತು, ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಓದ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಧ್ಯೇಯ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದು ಮುಖ್ಯ. ದೇವರ ಅನುಗ್ರಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಭಗಿನಿ, ಅದೇ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಭಗಿನಿ. ಅದು ನಮಗೆ
ನಮ್ಮ ಸುಕನ್ಯಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ಅವರು ಏಕದಮ್ ನೀನ್ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬಾನೇ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲು ಸುಕನ್ಯಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ನನ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
All the teachers really, Sukanya Bhagini, helping tendency she is having.
ಹೌದಮ್ಮ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಟೀಚರ್ಗಳು ಹಾಗೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನನಗೆ ಆ ಯೋಗ್ಯತೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡವಳು ಮುಂದೆ ನೀವು
शिक्षिकारूपेण आगच्छतु इति प्रार्थना, परन्तु भानुमती भगिनी उक्तवती अनन्तरं सा आगच्छति इति। अहं प्रतीक्षां कुर्वन्तः सन्ति,
प्रयत्नं करोमि भगिनी।
निश्चयेन आगच्छतु इति
राम राम
भगिनी।
सन्ति वा अन्येषां कृते?
Special thanks to Sukanya Bhagini and Padma Bhagini being the coordinators. Particularly before starting the class, they spend at least half an hour time to, at each level to tell whatever has been practiced in the earlier class, then discussing about homework. That was that Vartarapam and the discussion were really useful. And whenever we think about Vyakaranam, particularly about Sandhi, we always will remember Uma Bhagini. The way she had taught all the Saravyanjana Sandhis. We used to sleep in the night also. It will be like, all the Shrutvam, Shastram, Justvam, then Namudagama Sandhi, then we will keep that order. How to...
Vidya Bhagini, you made me nightmare.
No. I was so passionate about that Sandhi, so I would not miss your class.
Usually I tell students, if you don't read, I will come in your dream so that you have
Yes,
to read.
you really used to come in my dream. Most of the time, I used to tell Bhanumati also, Uma Bhagini always comes in my dream. What is this? Anushtab Chandaha, what is that Sandhi? Suddenly we will be talking and I'll ask Bhanumati, this is what Sandhi, that is why I say Uma Bhagini is always Mama Swapna Hagachati. That was the impact of your teaching on grammar, and of course Manjari Bhagini on Kavya Katha and Subhashitam. And if you Subhashitam, she used to make the sketches and explain. I think if anyone has joined the Sai Samskrita Pathashala to learn, sketches really useful.
Dhanyavadaha, Vidya Bhagini. It was actually a very nice way of, explaining, and I'm so happy because I'm looking forward to Uma Bhagini's class in Shiksha level now. And Bhagini, it is sweet dreams. It is Sandhi sweet dreams.
Yes,
not
Sandhi is always sweet dreams.
Yes.
Sandhi is never a nightmare, but it was when the real Shakti, Uma Bhagini is the real Shakti behind the Sandhi.
Correct.
And
Uma Bhagini has made that nightmare as sweet dream.
In Kovida class, Samasa sweet dreams will come.
Samasa, if I can share in Bhagavad Gita, in the 11th chapter, if you have heard about Sriman Velukudi Krishnan, he has explained in the 11th chapter, one of the poems is come, Lord Krishna says, among the Samasa, I am the Dvandva Samasa. So it is the best Samasa. I don't know Samasa, but it says the first part conveys, the second part
that is
convey.
in 10th chapter. Vibhuti Yoga.
Not in the 11th.
Vibhuti Yoga, that is 10th chapter.
Okay. I think I'm mistaken. So in that chapter, he explains each couplet. He explains every morning in one of the Tamil Podige channels. He tells every couplet. In that Dvandva Samasa, he mentioned that. Immediately, I was listening very closely. He said how first part has the meaning, second part doesn't have, second part has, first part does. So, Bahuvrihi Samasa, Bahuvrihi Aham Yato, that Rajakumara and that beggar he compares, no? Bahuvrihi Samasa under Parichya. So, I was thinking whether this is the thing. He said, no, this is Dvandva Samasa. So, thanks a lot to all the gurus. I should not say teachers, and we'll continue our journey in Sanskrit.
If you have, everybody, if you have any questions related to our classes and Samskrita, please ask. Otherwise, our inaugural function has concluded. Dhanyavadaha for attending.
Hari Om Bhagini. Hari Om Bhagini.
Dhanyavadaha.
Mama Nama Rajarajeshwari.
Subramanian Bhagini, Manjula Bhagini, Uma Bhagini.
Hari Om Bhagini.
Dhanyavadaha. Bhagini wants to speak. Raji Bhagini.
Bhagini. Our journey with Sai Samskrita Pathashala, with the encouragement for all the gurus, I can never forget, and it was really enjoyable. And we just feel sad because we are just getting closer to the final journey. And of course, I know they'll be starting the next level also. Thanks to all the gurus, coordinators, and our team, which is going all through in the same group. Dhanyavadaha sarvebhyah.
Dhanyavadaha
sarvebhyah.
Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha Manjula Bhagini.
Dhanyavadaha Bhagini. Dhanyavadaha sarvebhyah.
Sarvebhyah dhanyavadaha.
Sarvebhyah shubhamastu. Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha sarvebhyah.
Dhanyavadaha
to all gurus.
Sairam, Dhanyavadaha sarvebhyah.
Dhanyavadaha Sairam.
Shall I close Manjula Bhagini?
Astu Bhagini.
Dhanyavada Manjula Bhagini. Bahu samyak.
Oh, Dhanyavadaha.
Manjula Bhagini, samyak asit. Dhanyavadaha.
Oh, Dhanyavadaha Bhagini.